I told him I was pregnant. He packed his bags and left. Chad and I had been married 4 years, together for 7. We'd always said we'd have kids someday, but never set a timeline. I was on birth control. We were cruising along, no pressure. Then, about 3 months ago, I got sick and was prescribed antibiotics. Didn't even think about how they can mess with birth control. When I missed my period, I wasn't worried. Stress, work, travel, it happened. But then came the nausea, the soreness, the gut feeling. I took a test during my lunch break. 2 pink lines. I bought 3 more just to be sure. All positive. I cycled through shock, panic, and then, somehow, hope. It wasn't part of the plan, but suddenly the idea of a family felt right. I spent a week trying to figure out the best way to tell Chad. No grand reveal, just us. So I made his favorite meal, lasagna, garlic bread, his favorite bourbon. I wore the blue dress he always loved. He came home late, distracted, barely acknowledged the dinner. Sat down, scrolled his phone, nodded at the food. I tried to keep it light, tried to smile. After dinner, I took a breath and said, I have some news. I'm pregnant. At first, nothing. Then his face turned pale, and he just stared at me. You ruined everything, he said. I didn't want this child. I sat there stunned, told him it had to be the antibiotics. We could figure it out. We'd handled stuff before. That's when he admitted it. Said he never really wanted kids. That someday was just for my benefit. I asked, point blank, is there someone else? He hesitated, which was enough. Vanessa, his younger colleague, 7 years younger than me. I'd heard him rave about her work ethic and fresh perspective. He didn't deny it. He just started packing. Not just a bag, a full suitcase. 30 minutes after I told him I was pregnant, he was at the door. Said he was going to Vanessa's, for now. I asked, are you really doing this? He said, I can't be a father. I'm not ready. No one's ever ready, I replied. I'll call in a few days, he mumbled. Then he left. I sat alone in the silence. 1 second I was dreaming of our future. The next, I was alone, pregnant, abandoned. I called my best friend Julie. She was at my door within 30 minutes, slept on my couch, held me while I cried. Next morning I woke up hoping it was all just a horrible dream. Then I felt the nausea and remembered. I tried calling Chad, voicemail, texted, nothing. By the afternoon, grief turned into something hotter, anger. I called my doctor, scheduled my first prenatal appointment. If he wasn't going to step up, I would. That night, Chad's mom called. Her tone, ice cold, said Chad wasn't ready. He's only 31, then suggested I consider my options. I told her I already had. I was keeping her grandchild. Days passed. Chad finally texted, just to say he was staying with Vanessa and would help with bills. I asked to meet. He said he needed space. A week later, he came by while I was at work, took more of his stuff, left his key and a note saying he'd covered rent through next month and would be in touch about divorce. Just like that. I went to my first appointment alone, heard the heartbeat, a tiny, steady flutter. I cried. Not with happiness, but with heartbreak. They gave me an ultrasound print, just a little bean-shaped blur. I stuck it on the fridge. I didn't have Chad anymore, but I had my child, and I wasn't going anywhere. Click the full story to see what happened next.